Well, I came to Bath after doing some research into what would be a good place to do a PhD. So first I started looking at different research labs around England in my specialty, which was microbiology. And after a good, thorough research, I went for an interview and really liked this university. So my PhD title would be characterizing bacterial toxicity using biosensors and predictive models. What we've sought to do is to look at how bacteria break down cells and try to use this information to our advantage in trying to figure out how these toxins that break down the cells are regulated, and using this to see could we make a predictive model on its virulence, essentially. My research is important for two reasons. One, the biosensors that we're developing, we're thinking we could incorporate this into a wound dressing model. So essentially what the thought is that you can detect infection in a wound before normal methods of detecting bacteria. So a typical day for me would be early morning in the lab, looking at bacterial cultures, setting up for experiments. In my case, my experiments usually take over all of the day. So between 9 and 5, you're in and out from the lab and into the office. In between lab practical work, we analysing data and also reading up in the literature. Hopefully when I finish that, I can continue this research, because you invest a lot of time and energy into your own research. It'd be nice to carry on to the next step, but equally, the option of going into industry is quite attractive. Also, there's pros and cons to both, but if I had the choice and there was the money to go into research and continue my research, I definitely do that. So PhD is always going to be a difficult choice to make, to move from bachelor to PhD. There's a lot of things you have to consider, and a lot of things can go wrong. But after the first few months of me being in Bath, I had a lot of help from my supervisors, from my other PhD students in the lab and postdocs, and altogether it's been a great experience. And I think you'll learn things in your PhD that you'll never forget. You'll gain certain friendships that you'll never lose in your PhD, and for me it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. So I would highly recommend coming to Bath and doing a PhD.